thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
No, she didn't. Sakura was being killed by poison.
I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Did Hina kill Sakura? Yellow powder. Status of Sakura's body. Akuma file number 4.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood.
Wait.
So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Yeah, so how did... Wait, okay, I used the wrong thing. I am not flashbacking.
I was just sleeping. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Then how did she get in the chair? And how did the... I'm thinking... Oh...
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
Oh my gosh, did Sakura sacrifice herself to try to get Hina out? Is that what happened? Oh no, Hina's gonna die, isn't she? Oh no. So she had Hina poison her by switching out the chemicals and told Hina to get her a protein shake, told her about it after she ingested the poison, and then was making everyone appear so it would seem like that there were 3 suspects as to why she died. But it was really Hina. Hina's the blackened. Oh no, it's Hina!
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf. Magazine shelf bloodstain.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Yeah, and Hina's the only one strong enough to actually do that. No, Sakura was still alive, but she was dying from the poison. And she blocked the door, and that was why Hina knew...
Then what's the deal?
Hina's the blackened.
Well,
Hina poisoned
are
her.
you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained.
Sakura locked herself in there to save Hina. She only cares about Hina. She
Until we
wanted to
take
save
care of
Hina.
that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Huh. So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
She couldn't lift the chair. The chair's too
No,
heavy.
I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because I was in the locker. The locker was too small. I saw it for myself.
I got it!
Saw it for myself. What do I mean by
Even
that?
before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside.
Yeah, the locker was already open.
And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then. Where was she hiding?
And that would explain why Sakura was smiling while she was dying. Sakura technically had Hina poison her, so Hina became the blackened, and then she was gonna frame it on freaking Hiro, Byakuya, and Toko so that we vote on one of those 3, and Hina gets out. She just wanted to save Hina. She did not care about anybody else.
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
No, she didn't. Sakura was being killed by poison.
I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much.
And since there was enough evidence that it would seem like somebody else had killed her, Sakura blocked the door to make it appear that Hina didn't go in there at all.
You're lying!
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
Nope.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
She was poisoned.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
On purpose, because you killed her, Hina. Could we really be missing something so important? Is there another possible explanation? Maybe it's... Oh, I got another follower already? What? Oh, hi! wait. I noticed I got 3 followers since my last stream, and then I got another one suddenly.
was
What
it that
happened?
killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack,
Yellow
then
powder.
what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
So you're dead.
Wait, come back. Ah, dang it. I missed.
Anything other than the shot.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Violently threw up blood. She got poisoned.
According
Where'd
to
the
the
blood go,
Monokuma
though?
file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
With what? How?
If that's all it was, the
Glass
file
in her
wouldn't have
mouth.
specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
Wait, what? I know that you examine dead bodies, but why the mouth? What?
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, go ahead. Almost the exact same reaction as me. Genocide Jill, I mean.
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
She was poisoned.
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
By Hina.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
I believe Hina did. Hina.
me.
I don't like your face. Freaking Yandere, I do not like your face.
She was poisoned? It isn't possible.
Yes, it is. You even know the poisons. She poisoned her. She made you poison her so that you can get out and be the blackened. She wanted you out. She wanted you safe, Hina.
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Yeah.
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
Freaking Yandere, chill.
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
He didn't want to try to figure it out anyway. He thought he killed her.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle.
Genocide Jill's tongue must get very dry. I know. Whenever Toko comes back, that's the reason why she's stuttering all the time, because her tongue's so dry.
But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C.
And it's put back in A.
In section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
No, it came from Section A.
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us. I'm sure I know where she got it. Section A.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? But you just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Yeah, why, Hina?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
This? I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do was stand there and watch. But if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
She doesn't care that it was poison.
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh?
Yeah,
What are
Hina
you
killed her.
talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Hyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her fingers to her tongue.
This is... It's protein powder.
Byakuya just drank from that, man.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder.
And Hina put it
Which
back.
makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Hina put it in freaking Sakura's protein drink. The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean that conversely, the poison must have been. Could it be? Hangman's Gambit. Why am I doing this the second time? A little too hasty to be eating potential poison. Maybe he wants to die. Makes everything interesting. Oh, no, it's an E? Dang it, it's an E. Now an N. Now I need an R. That's two N's. P, T. Oh, there's R. Now I need an I. N. K. K. There we go. Protein drink.
Now I understand.
Complete.
The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Your entire argument falls apart if you get your I and E the wrong way around. I know, right? A cup filled with water, a protein drink. Something at the scene.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
Yeah, and she No, Sakura got the poison and put it in the protein drink and asked Hina to give it to her. Hina gave her, she drank it, and next Hina wanted her. So Hina was actually lying, and Hina ended up telling Sakura and having her poison, and everything that was just after she was ingesting the poison. So it was freaking... I was thinking, every time I one piece myself, he's wrong. He's like, what are you talking about? Get up to the one piece, please.
What?
Yeah, I know it's you, Hina. Don't act all surprised. Sakura wanted you to get out. That's her entire thing of it's finally gonna be over, because she was gonna get Hina out by making her the blackened.
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison.
Yep,
And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
it was Hina.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Sakura was the one that got the poison, knocked down a thing off the shelf, that's why there's powder on her shoe, but Hina was the one that put it back. The evidence that shows who switched the item, it has to be... yellow powder. Oh, frick.
Shoot.
Wrong one. Wrong yellow powder. Dang it. Source of powder, footprints in the powder.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison.
Yeah.
The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
Oh, why did he
It
get
was
cut
me.
off?
The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
She finally admits it.
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
I knew it.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, huh? The only people wearing sneakers here are Makoto and Byakuya. Me and Leon. Makoto and Hina.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the
Quick,
footprints
so-
didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Yes, let's quickly go run out to his body that's still on that pole, most likely, and take off his shoes to check and see if he still has the yellow powder on them.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well,
I know
it's
how it
just, the two of
I
them
know.
were so close.
No, Sakura made Hina kill her so Hina gets out. Because Sakura knew how much Hina wanted to get out. So Sakura basically gave her her life by giving the poison in the first place and told her about the protein. And then she got Hina to give her the protein, drank it, and now Hina's the blackened. And she was hoping Hina was going to get out because she was the blackened.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
No, Sakura was the one that schemed it. But Hina was the one that
Is
went
it
through
true?
with it.
Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right?
Nope.
That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
No, it was already switched out. Sakura switched it out and asked Hina to get it.
And then she downed it all at once. And then
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end,
Sakura
we're
did
all
it.
in it for ourselves.
Sakura sacrificed
Just
herself.
like
She
how
wanted
this
Hina to
girl
get out.
sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say
Oh,
that,
frick.
but I'm still not convinced.
Well, it was just ... so it wasn't that bad.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't
I know how it
misunderstand me.
works.
I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Yeah, Sakura locked herself in the room.
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
She didn't create it, it was Sakura, so Hina didn't seem like the killer.
Well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if
Hina
I
did
do,
kill her.
Impossible.
Sakura
she
was the one-
switched out the
No,
mixtures.
it was
She's
Sakura.
the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
No, it was Sakura.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
That was... I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
Hina is the culprit, but Sakura was the one who got Hina to do it.
There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody
Technically, it
else
was
could have
Sakura.
possibly done it.
Sakura.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right?
That's not right.
Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
And that's not what the
Yeah.
footprints say. But if that's true... Isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Till we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. We make your argument. Sort footprints in the powder, yellow powder.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
Source and powder, footprints in
And
the
you
powder.
spilled some of the powder on the
Ground in front. Yeah. Okay. And I moved from Section C.
There we go. Footprints.
No, that's wrong. You said you went to get the poison from Section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
What?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Even Byakuya's confused.
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well, you see...
What the?
Mayaka's freaking out.
What the hell? What's going on here?
This is the first time I've seen him distraught.
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Huh? A piece of glass.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
She's so condescending.
But what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
The glass was from the door. Shard of light blue glass from that, the rec room window.
Got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
Yeah, the protein was in there, and... Oh, okay, I understand what happened. When Hina... That was why it took so long. When Hina ran out, she went and she dropped that to make it seem like she just drank a normal protein shake and took the bottle of, like, actual protein powder and put it back. Didn't think about where she was putting it, and a piece of glass had fell into the bottle. It was already
You're
in the
right.
room.
It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us, Section A of the shelf.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab.
I just had a realization. Byakuya was really close to swallowing glass. Like, super close. Oh my gosh.
Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, could Byakuya have already swallowed, like, little fragments of glass?
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
I think he also realized that he might have swallowed glass.
I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right?
No, what happened was she chugged down the poison, and then... Oh... She had Hina hand her the poison, she chugged it down, and Hina put down the protein. He's a fancy... He's a fancy, arrogant glass muncher.
If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right.
She
We
drank it.
do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here.
Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
He's so mad with Kyoko. The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. Yeah, it was the fact that the glass is underneath it. Empty protein drink.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Break.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
He's so mad.
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can.
Buff Lady died. Yeah, she did. She got poisoned.
But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
Hello, Logan.
If
She's
that's
so
all
distraught.
true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
She wasn't tricked.
That's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Sakura.
It was Hina, right?
Nope.
She took it and gave it to Ogre.
Sakura did it.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who put the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. And had to have been Sakura.
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying!
Try not to spoil anything.
Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. I had to get Hina to admit that. Oh yay, time for another bullet time. The third one! Why 3?
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong.
Oh, that's what
You're
Meliodas'
wrong.
voice did. Dang it, I took off Meliodas' voice!
You.
Oh, dang it, I don't have any-
You're a liar!
I was bulletless!
Wrong! You're wrong! I'm I'm telling you, I did it!
Out of
Stop
ammo.
talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Stop talking! I hate you!
Okay, got it. Okay.
Do you
Source
have
of
any
the
kind
powder,
of proof
yellow
Sakura
powder.
took the poison?
Yeah, yellow powder.
This should prove
On her
it.
shoe. Just names.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
Yeah, didn't you, Hina?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
Half the trial room is just signs. I think it's over half at this point.
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled.
Because there's only 6 people left alive and there was 15.
So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place?
To get the poison.
The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No.
Oh, she's crying
you
now.
didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery, the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. Sakura killed herself. Celeste, Byakuya, Chihiro. It was Monokuma, I can see it, but it won't let me stop on him. Mondo. There we go, Sakura.
Here's my answer.
I knew we
The one
could
who
select a
killed
dead
Sakura
person.
was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so
It
you're
was
saying
on the shoe.
it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the
Whom we
poison.
didn't. Yeah,
She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it.
yeah. The gerbil did it.
All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course, Monokuma forced her into the locked room. Sakura wanted to create the locked room.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you?
Yeah, because she wanted everything to end.
When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything. And Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaking legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's why it took so long.
Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, You took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room,
I got everyone. Whoa! Oh, ogre! Oh, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed. I see.
while everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
That is true, and she would have been sobbing even more than she was then.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
Yeah, they wanted it all to end.
No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Yeah, I need to put it all in a comic book. Alright, so this is where she had gave everyone a letter. There. Hid in the locker. Wait, that one? Yeah, I think that one. And then she saw Sakura enter, and then Hiro entered after Sakura and smashed her on the head. And then he wrote Toko with the blood. And then he ran. She came out. I might have got that mixed up. I'll know. They look the same. And then she put the magazine back. Right there, upside down. And then Sakura got up and she passed out, and then it was Genocide Jill. Genocide Jill knocked her on the head. And then Sakura was still alive. And then she ran off. Then Sakura was still alive. And then she picked up poison. No, there we go. She took the poison and drank it. Then we found her body in the locked room. Then Hina found the bottle, put it in her pocket, and then she gathered everyone. No, wait, that one. That is a duplicate. That's not right. Then she took it out of her pocket. There you go.
You.
Got it. It's probably the saddest death, not gonna lie.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko.
If I got that
She
wrong,
got
I know
there
what
one
to
step ahead
switch
of
it with.
everyone else, and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Okay, I did. Okay. I just need to switch it out. I know what I messed up. Right there. Toko hit there. There we go. Reenact.
You! But one of them headed out a bit
You're so
earlier
cute
than
in
the
the comic
others.
book.
Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight.
Well, Even when he
Then,
thought he killed
from
somebody.
inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name.
Wait, do we still blame Hina? Because since Sakura died, Hina was technically the accomplice, so if the original killer was killed, does the accomplice become the blackened? Do we vote Hina?
Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her.
Or is Sakura's dead body gonna be
But of course,
revived just to
Toko
be
had
killed again?
witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake.
Yeah, because Hiro was scared. He had no clue why Sakura made him go there.
She put the
And
magazine back upside down.
she was acting a little suspicious, and then when she made a sudden movement, he jumped, grabbed the bottle, and hit her on the head and ran.
Soon after, she watched
Candy.
as Sakura slowly opened her eyes.
The can the candy was too much. The candy made him believe she was gonna kill him. His last meal was gonna be candy.
She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece.
And ran away.
And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive.
Yeah, see, I told you, Sakura couldn't die with 2 blows to the head. There's no way.
So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there.
And that's why she looked like she was smiling.
We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can.
Just like Jill in the background.
They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves.
She looks like she's trying to lick Kyoko's head.
In an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion.
Okay.
And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
All shattered.
That's the full truth of the case.
Wait, can we even vote a dead person? Even though Sakura killed herself? Do we have to vote Hina?
Sakura took her own life.
gray person again. Ah, so many murders, and then this time they help cover up a suicide.
And you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened?
Byakuya.
But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Dude. He's so upset.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you?
Hiro saw Candy and went, man, I don't want to do this anymore.
When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
I want to get out of here. I'll kill if it means that I can get out. Ah! Okay. I got an A. Oh, I got 102 this time. 102 Monokuma coins.
Okay. I think
Huh?
we can all agree you
What a
made
mistrial.
your point.
Wait, what did that say? Clear a class trial. I got an achievement. Give me a second. I'm very confused. Clear a class trial without having to retry a single time. Hey, first time not having to do that. Whoops.
Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Do we vote the person that tried to cover up the suicide or the person that committed the suicide?
You seriously forgot?
Monokuma, answer this very important question. Candy.
I can feel my energy draining out of me.
Hiro's an idiot, but if I was invited into a small room, seemingly on my own, with one very intimidating person that offered me a sweet, I'd probably hit and run too. Yeah, you can't blame Hiro for doing that, no.
Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it.
Are we voting for Hina or Sakura?
Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote.
Wait, are we voting the person that covered it up?
So, who will be chosen as the blackened?
Sakura.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Sakura.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
You're not telling us if we had to vote the person that covered up the suicide or if... Come on, it was Sakura that killed her. Yeah, see? Sakura killed herself. Guilty. Vote.